to record this session. So if I click on this one, it will open the router for me. So there's the router. It's a login. So I'm going to log in here. So you can see the password here. Here's the password. Log in. So you see, the moment you log in, you can see 4G Vodafone Ghana. And you can see how it's reading the transmission, that is the outgoing and the incoming data. You can see this. So if I want to check the bundle, I click on this one. You can see check services. So I can check my bundle right now. Then click on this. So you can see I have 1 GB, 600 megabytes of data. So this is the router. Now, what I want us to understand is that you can see on top here, I have the IP address. This is the IP address. So if I want to add more computers, then it means that I have to make sure they all have this form of IP address. So if I have 10 computers right now, I have to make sure they all have 10 IP addresses with this format. As I said yesterday, that the IP address here of the router is reserved, you cannot use it. So if you look at what I have on this laptop, let me go to the properties. I want to go to advanced, then go to network adapter options. So when you come here, you can see I have Wi-Fi here. I'm using the Wi-Fi to access the TP-Link. You can see TP-Link here. So if I right click on it, you go to properties. Let me go to IP version 4. So you can see obtain an IP address automatically. It means that the moment you connect your laptop or your device to the system, automatically it assigns IP address. So if I want to know the IP address right now or assign to this machine, let me go to status. Now let me go to details here. So you can see the IP address assigned is the IP address 192.168.0.3. Why is it .0.3, not 192.168.8.1? Right now, we are having switch and then router. The IP address of the switch is 192.168.0.1. If I want to open the switch, which we call the TP-Link, I'll go to this, type 192.168.0.1. I want to open the, can see this one, wireless dual band router. It's also like a router. It's also like a router, but we have router with the modem. This one doesn't have the modem. It's only the router, but it has 4 ports. It has 4 ports. 1, is for the internet, which we connect the internet cable to the router. So I have this router without the modem, and I have the Vodafone. This is the Vodafone. You can see this one, Vodafone router. So I've connected this router to the Vodafone. That's why I'm able to access the internet. When you look at it, when you go here, you can see that I'm rather connected to the TP-Link, which is the router without the modem. Through the TP-Link, I'm able to access the internet using the Vodafone router. So if I disable the data right now, this router cannot access the internet. So you can see this is the IP address of the router. And then this is the IP address. You can see this is 8.1. This is 0.1. So I can log into this router. Admin. So I've logged into this router. I can work around it. Look at the IP address here. See, so if I check my system right now, as I showed you, I want to go there again. So if I go here, then I go to adapter options. So if I want to check the IP address assigned to this machine, the router, this TP-Link router has assigned IP address to this machine. So let's go there again, go to status, we go to details. You can see the IP address assigned to this machine, 192.168.0.3. Now, so you can see the gateway. When we say gateway, it's always the router. So you can see the router IP address. The default gateway, the gateway is always the IP address of the router. So if you don't, if you get, let's see the other machine, the other machine. So I have other machines connected. We can see, let me use this one. And then let's refresh this. So I have this machine. I have now machine. And then this is the laptop. The one I'm using is this. Two computers are not on. So let me open this machine to see. Okay, so if I want to check the IP address right now, let's go to CMD. So I'm going to check the IP address or computers active on this machine. So IP config, so say -all. Now, if I want to look at, let's look at this, the IP config /all going to help me to identify which machine that is active. So let's look at it. My IP address that I opened for the Wi-Fi. You can see the Wi-Fi. This is the Wi-Fi that I showed the IP address. This is the IP address that I showed you right now. The default gateway. The default gateway is the router. The TP-Link router, this is it. can see this. So what we have to look at is another command. I will call it /a. Now, the IP config is used when you want to check your IP address. Okay. But if I want to check, let me see something right down here. Okay, so right now, let me check something here. I have one IP address. This is it. This is one IP address. This one is where we have our application. We are using this as a server. So it's 192.168.0.200. So I want to check something right now. I don't want you to get confused. Let me clear the screen. So ping 192.168.0.200. Now, the moment you have this means that I've been able to send 4 packets, first packets, second, third, fourth. And I've been able to receive another 4 packets. So it means that when you send it, you receive acknowledgement, which is you send 4 packets and you receive acknowledgement of 4 packets. So it means that this IP address is active now. If I go and switch off this computer, it won't work. This you cannot connect to this computer again. So let me close this. So what we are looking at is that if you have a switch, right now I don't have a switch. I'm using the router, only the router, but the router I have right now, I have 2. I have 2 routers. So one is, yesterday I demonstrated, this is the first one. This one is the TP-Link router that I showed. It's having IP address 192.168.0.1. And then I have another router, which is the Vodafone router. Vodafone router. And this one is 8. So what I have done, I have 4 computers. So this has 4 ports. 4 ports. And this has only 1 port. So what I have done is that I've connected 1 port of this to the Vodafone. And this 4 port, one is called the internet port, which we connect the internet port to the router. And then I have 1 computer, the one I just, so this is the one we are using for server, which has 192.168.0.200. This is the IP address of the one we are using for the server. So this machine is connected to the TP-Link. Please, it will go off, so you have to connect again. That 30-minute issue. So please, we connect again.
Okay.